The reviews are in for the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro, so let's take a closer look at some of the less well-known features inside the new iPhones. I'm filling in for Vanessa over the next couple of months, bringing you news, rumors, and deep dives into everything Apple. So the new iPhones are getting top marks thanks to their cameras and improvements in battery life. You know where to find the full review in the description below if you haven't checked it out already. Time to dive into some of the internals that didn't get as much airtime this week. Let's start with one of the most significant internal additions to the new iPhone. So I'm not talking about the A13 Bionic or the battery, but something Apple didn't cover at all during the keynote. It's called the U1 chip. All of the new iPhones have it inside. This chip powers ultra-wideband, or UWB. It's a technology to pinpoint the location of items, say like another phone, a tracking tag, or potentially even unlock your car. UWB measures how long it takes for short radio pulses to travel between devices and then works out a precise location for the item. Remember those rumored Apple tracking tags, the Tile competitor? Well, we didn't get those at the September iPhone event, but the U1 chip means that those tags could still be on the horizon. For now, we only know of one official use case for the U1 chip in the new iPhone 11 and 11 Pro. That's improved AirDrop accuracy in iOS 13. If you use AirDrop a lot, you'll know that sometimes it takes a while to find the right person you're trying to transfer to, especially if there are a lot of competing signals. With the U1 chip, you'll be able to point the iPhone towards another iPhone and your transfer will be prioritized. Okay, so maybe this doesn't sound very interesting to you right now, but there is way more to UWB than what Apple says it can do at the moment. This technology has a lot of potential. Diagrams that Apple's filed with the US Patent and Trademark Office give us some hints. Say if you were walking up to your car, it recognizes your phone and then it automatically unlocks. Maybe you walk into the room and your laptop recognizes it's you from your phone and then starts up. Or the music could follow you from room to room on smart speakers. It could even help find your dog. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one, but anyway. Apple is not the only company working on UWB either, so as this technology gets standardized across the board, keep an eye on this acronym. Just because we got a new iPhone doesn't mean the rumor mill has suddenly come to a halt about the phone that we just got. So a lot of people, myself included, were disappointed when we didn't see the addition of reverse wireless charging on the new iPhone. But a tweet from leaker and blogger Sonny Dixon, as reported by Mac Rumors, indicates that maybe not all hope is lost. The tweet says, reliable sources say the new iPhones do have the hardware for bilateral or reverse wireless charging, but it's disabled in software. So here's the thing. Apple didn't talk about hardware like the U1 chip in the keynote, but it was there on the website and in the press release. Such a big upcoming feature like reverse wireless charging would make sense to tease as a coming soon somewhere. And a day before the iPhone was announced, we saw renowned Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo saying the feature had been scrapped. So I guess we're just going to have to wait for the teardowns on this one when the phone launches this Friday. But something we do have a better idea on is the iPhone batteries. According to 9to5Mac, who saw documents from a Chinese regulatory agency, the iPhone 11 has a 3110 mAh battery, or 3110. The Pro is 3046 mAh, and the 11 Pro Max is almost 4000, which is actually 20% more capacity than last year's XS Max, according to the site. No wonder it's doing so well on those battery tests. For me, the most exciting part of any new phone is the cameras, and the iPhone 11 does not disappoint on that front. But Apple only tells you so much about what that hardware can do. Fortunately, this week we've got a deep dive from the developer of Halide, a popular third-party app. So we know the basics. All are 12 megapixel cameras with an ultra-wide 13mm f2.4 and regular wide-angle 26mm f1.8, while the 11 Pro and Max have an extra 2x telephoto zoom at 52mm at f2. According to Halide's blog post, the wide and telephoto cameras are more sensitive to light than last year's XS, with a higher maximum ISO. Now that would definitely help with the new night mode that merges many shots together to get a cleaner, brighter photo. And the camera has a much faster minimum exposure time of 1 125,000th of a second. Like, that's insane. And while we don't actually know if we as users can access that, maybe there's some super fast shutter speed setting to uncover. Of course, this is just the hardware side of things, and our testing, we've shown that the night mode does provide some significant improvements over last year's phones. But we'll do some closer testing against some other night mode beasts like the P30 Pro, Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and the upcoming Pixel 4 soon. And of course, that deep fusion feature is also coming soon to the 11, which is probably where we'll see a lot of that hardware really start to shine. We've talked a lot about the inside of the new iPhone, so it's only fair to take a look at what's on the outside. Every year, Apple makes bold claims that its glass is the toughest ever in a smartphone. This year is, of course, no different.
And that glass, it's the toughest ever in a smartphone, on the front and back.
And a promo video for the iPhone 11 Pro shows it getting pummeled by all sorts of notoriously tough objects like breadsticks, broccoli, and a wedding cake. Like, okay, Apple, challenge accepted. Except I will skip the veggies and go straight for hard concrete. Stay tuned for the drop test. This week though, we got some more detail on the glass used on the 11 and 11 Pro models. It's custom made in Kentucky by Corning, the company behind Gorilla Glass. Now, this isn't a huge surprise given that Corning has supplied the glass for every iPhone since 2007. But this deal got even more serious business this week as Apple's gone and invested $250 million in the glass maker for development of future iPhone, Apple Watch, and iPad glass. Now, this makes it the second major investment from Apple in the glass maker. Gorilla Glass 6 is the latest version of Corning's tough glass, also used on other flagship phones out there right now like the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. From the company's specifications, Gorilla Glass 6 is designed to survive 15 drops from a height of 1 meter, that's around 3.2 feet. But the head of Corning's Gorilla Glass business declined to give CNET specifics about the toughness of the glass used on the new iPhone, but did say it was specific to Apple. And we also know that Corning is working on bendable glass, maybe for Apple's rumored foldable phone? And where would we be on the Apple Core without more rumors to propel us towards the next potential Apple event in October? This week we saw a leak from Mac Rumors claiming to show the new iPad Pro complete with that 3-camera array. This one also comes from Sonny Dickinson, who received a final design mock-up of the tablet, claiming the camera hardware is similar to the iPhone 11. Trust me, this is going to do nothing to change the stigma of taking photos with a tablet. If I see you doing this, I will judge you. On last week's show, I asked you if you were going to upgrade to the 11 or 11 Pro, and it was a mixed bag. For some of you, it was a slam dunk, and others were more reserved. The Pixel production said, I'm a huge Apple fanboy, but with this release and price, I'm going to be keeping my iPhone 7 Plus. It's quick and the battery health is at 85%, so I'll be keeping my phone for another year. Use the extra $600 to $1,000 for a down payment on my first house. That's incredible. Well done, and best of luck with the house. Danny says, well, I'm upgrading from the 6S Plus. While it's been a workhorse for all these years, it's starting to show its age lately. And that's the thing. This definitely seems like the phone for people upgrading from something like maybe a 5S, maybe a 6S, maybe even a 7. Antonio says, good phones, but going to wait for next year's 5G. And something fun from Min Min, who said, wait for iPhone 24. Rumor has it, it will come with 16 cameras at the back, 4 in each corner. You can shoot anything from microscopic pictures of germs to space photos rivaling the Hubble telescope. You heard it here first. A big thanks to everyone who sent in their comments, and if you have any thoughts on any of the features inside the iPhone 11 that we talked about or didn't even talk about this week, let me know or tweet me at Lexi Savidi. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to come back next week for more news and rumors on the Apple Core.